Hey guys, I'm Natalie. Welcome to today's low impact, high intensity workout. Today will be cardio only, so you won't need any hand weights, but you will need a floor mat for a couple of the moves. Let's get started with our 2-minute warm up. Face the feet out to the corners of the room. Whoops. Let's start with a little squat tap and set up our form. Let's do 3 big arm circles up and back for 1, 2, 3. 3 shoulder rolls. 1, 2, 3, keeping them back and down the whole time we're working out. You know the drill, guys. Pull yourself up through the crown of the head and a nice long tall torso supported by a really strong core. We're going to do my favorite warm up today, a little jabs to the front, our little 2-minute boxing routine. So imagine that one of these jabs is going to hit you right in the tummy and your abs are braced, ready for impact. Let's do a few more here. 3, 2, and 1. Come lower in the squat tap, and this time uppercuts. So you've got an imaginary punching bag up in front of your face. We're doing cardio only today, so you can't be flopping your arms around. You need to use your arms very deliberately. So punching up into that bag. Come a little bit lower for 3, 2, and 1. Turn it into cross-body hooks, pivoting at the hip, punching bag either side of your body, and the arms up at shoulder height. Again, punch like you mean it, so no flopping them over, and engage those abs for 3, 2, and 1. Let's do a few squat and squeeze. Drive up through the heels, and anytime we're letting our torso come forward, we're doing it with a long flat back, so no hunching over. For 3, squeeze, 2, squeeze, 1, squeeze. Shuffle on the spot. I'm going to show you the first move. Running man. So right leg forward. You're going to come down and tap or down and kick, and I want you to send the booty back down on an angle, not up and down. Send it back on the angle. Here we go. Down and either tap or kick. So my back is long and flat. I'm imagining sending my butt back down to where the wall and the floor meet, and then my back's just going along for the ride. Long, tall, and straight. 2, 1. So other side. So you're sending your booty back. Let me show you on the other side. So you're not coming up and down, you're sending the booty back. Here we go. Down and either tap or kick. If you've got the balance, do the kick. If you don't, tap it. Sending that booty back down on an angle. The back's coming along for the ride, no hunching over. 2, 1. Starting a V. We're gonna do a curtsy to either a tap or a kick, and you've got this imaginary bar that you're pulling down on an angle. Here we go. Down and tap or kick. So you've got an imaginary bar that you're pulling down next to your hip, and you're sending your booty back down on a diagonal, again to where the wall and the floor meet. 2, 1. So I'll show you on the other side. So you're sending your booty back on an angle, and that back's coming down. So you're not going up and down, you're going back on an angle. Down and either tap or kick. We're not coming into a deep curtsy. It's a shallow move, but you are bending that knee behind you. Bring the imaginary pole next to the hip and up. Hip and up. Well done, guys. Low, wide stance. Stay low. Left hand out in front. Pulse, 2, 3, knee up. Get ready, pulling a rope. Pulse, 2, 3, knee up. So you're staying low with those knees pressed back. Pulse, 2, 3, knee up. Pull that imaginary rope like you mean it. This is an inner thigh move. You want to stay low and press those knees back. So I'll show you on the other side. Right hand forward. Pulse, 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 knee up. Sorry, right hand forward. Here we go. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Left knee up. Stay low. Press the knees back. Get in that inner thigh. Come lower still. And 3 little pulses as you pull that rope. After this, come on your mat, tricep push-ups. Well done, guys. Hands underneath your shoulders. Elbows close to the body, a push up, and then rolling onto the left leg as the right leg comes up in downward dog. Here we go. Push up, roll on the ball of the left foot, squeeze the right leg up, back onto the knees, tricep push up. Nice and slow and deliberate. Reaching your right leg up to the sky, squeezing the glute as you push back into a single leg downward dog. Other side. So now your left leg, keeping the hands under the shoulders, elbows scrape up against the body, roll onto the right foot as the left leg goes up. Here we go. Tricep extension, roll onto the right foot, squeeze up the left, back onto the knees, squeeze it up. Let those elbows brush against the side of the body in that tricep push-up. Keep the core engaged if you can. 2, 1. Well done, guys. Grab a drink. 1 down. Rest and watch. We're going to start in a V. We're going to do side lunge, tap behind, giant bicep, squeezing up in a tricep. Here we go. Side lunge, tap behind, bicep, tricep. You're pivoting forward at the hips. Nice, long, tall torso. Squeeze the arms up and back. Squeeze them up. Palms are facing in. You've got chopping hands. What do I mean by that? They're like this. So side lunge with a giant bicep, and then tap behind and swing those arms up behind you, squeezing the tricep. Side, tap behind. So the leg is straight as it taps back to that corner, tap it back, squeezing the arms up and back. Work those triceps, squeeze them up. 2, 1. Rest and watch. Wide stance. Hold on to an imaginary medicine ball. Throw it down, stand up, and raise the heels. Calf raise. Here we go. Throw it down, stand it up. If both heels up's too much, do one and the other. That ball's got some weight in it. So you're pushing it down, pulling it up. Heels up, heels up. Let the abs help stabilize your torso. Guys, now we're doing it the other way. So as you throw the ball down, heels up, heels up. You can do one and the other. Here we go, heels up, heels up. You can do one and the other. Otherwise, both together. Get up high, come down low. Hello, inner thighs. Keep the knees pressed back. Engage the abs. Nice, long, tall torso. 2, 1. All the weight on your right leg. You're grabbing an imaginary hand weight. You're pulling it in and pushing it out. You can hover this leg or come all the way into warrior. Here we go. Pull it in and tap it back, or hover the foot off the floor, or come all the way into warrior. All the weight on your right leg. Knees bent, abs engaged. And keep that back long and tall. If you lose your balance like me, just tap the foot back. Well done. All the weight on the other side. So you can just tap it back. You can hover it here, or you can pivot your body weight completely forward. All the weight on the left leg. In and tap it back, or hover it off the ground right here, or pivot all the way forward. Nice long tall back. Come into warrior, squeezing that left leg forward and back. Sorry, right leg. Abs engaged, back up nice and tall. All right, guys, we're gonna roll through for both moves. Walk out to plank. Right leg in, push back to downward dog, in, foot on the floor, and back up. Here we go, just the right leg. Walk out to a plank, draw the right knee in, push back to downward dog, draw the right knee in, foot on the floor, walk back up. Repeat with the left leg. Walk out to plank, left knee in, squeeze back to downward dog, left knee in, foot on the floor, walk back up. Repeat with the right, keep going. Go to plank, right knee in, squeeze it up, right knee in, foot on the floor, walk back up. Other leg, keep it going. We're doing your left leg now, knee in, Squeeze to downward dog. Knee in, plank, walk back up. One more each leg. Right leg, plank, knee in, push to downward dog, knee in, plank. You're gonna do the last one on the left leg. Let's keep going. Knee in, squeeze it up, knee in, plank, walk it up, grab a drink. Repeating rounds 1 and 2. Running man, all the weight on your right leg. Send that booty back on an angle and then tap or kick. Here we go. Send it back and tap, send it back and kick. I'm not coming into a deep re-lunge. My knee is bending as it's going back. It's kind of a shallow rear lunge just to get my torso down there. But focus on sending that booty back, all the weight on your left leg. So send that booty, boom, down on an angle. So you're not coming down, you're going back. Here we go. Send it back and tap or kick. Exaggerate these 2 running man arms, running woman, back and tap. Trying to load up this front leg and glute. Send that booty back. Let the torso come forward. Okay, similar move with the curtsy. Grabbing this imaginary bar. Down and tap or kick. You've got this bar on an angle. Bring it to the hip and tap or kick. Not coming deep into the curtsy, but again, sending that booty back down on that angle and letting the torso follow along. 2, 1. So other side, sending the booty, bam, down on an angle, not up and down, on the angle. Here we go, down and tap or kick. Bringing that bar to the hip, to the shoulder. Pulling, pushing, pulling, pushing. Keeping the torso long and tall. No hunching. Well done, guys. Wide, get down low. Left arm out in front. 1, 2, 3, pull. Get low, knees press back. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, pull. Pulse, 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 pull it. You want to work the inner thighs? Get down low. Sorry, I should stop talking. And pulse, 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 pull. All right, guys, starting with your right hand forward this time. To capture my breath. Hello, heart rate. Get ready. Here we go. Pull that rope. Pull, pulse, 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 pull. Don't just go through the motions with the hands. Pull that rope. Pulse, 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 pull it. Backs up long and tall. Abs are engaged. Tricep push-up. Starting with your right leg going into downward dog, up into the sky, sorry. And squeeze that right leg up. Here we go. Tricep push-up. Roll into the ball of the left foot as the right foot. Squeeze that glute and lift the right foot up to the ceiling. Squeeze it up as you come into a downward dog. Squeeze it up. 2, 1. Other side. So your left leg. We're going to do the tricep push-up. Roll into the ball of the right foot and squeeze up that left leg. Tricep, roll into the right foot and squeeze that leg up. Back onto your knees. Elbows brushing up against the side of the body in that tricep push-up. I am feeling the triceps come nice and low. Squeeze it up. 2, 1, stay here. Well done, guys. Last round. Grab a drink. V those feet. Side lunge, it's not super deep, and then tap it back. Squeeze those arms up. Try and keep them close to the body. Here we go. Side, tap. Squeeze the arms up. Shoulders are back and down. Torso is long, like you've got a bar running down your back. Shoulders are back and down. It's a shallow side lunge, but we're still getting in there. Other side. So big bicep, squeeze it up. Look at my back. I'm not here. I'm here. Here we go. Side and tap. Be deliberate with those hands. Up and squeeze it back. Bicep, tricep. Really focus on it. Keep that torso long and tall. 3 seconds. Wide stance. Imaginary medicine ball. Throw it down and lift up those heels. Let's do it. Throw it down, lift the heels. So it's a calf raise. Lift the heels. If you like, you can do one and the other, or both up. Be deliberate with that ball, that imaginary medicine ball. Keep the torso long and tall. Okay, now we're going to do it the other way. Heels up and down. You can do one and the other, but look at my back. I'm not hunching over. Here we go. Lift the heels, lower. Lift, lower. You can do one and then the other. You're still going to feel it. Get low. I'll show you one and the other. And both together, both together. Get down low. Well done, guys. All the weight on your right leg. You're pulling it in and tapping it back, or hovering it back, or come all the way up. Long tall back, pull it in and back, in and hover, or lift, tilt all your body weight forward into a warrior, squeezing that glute as you press that leg back. If you lose your balance, tap the foot on the floor. You're still feeling it in this front leg. It's also a core move for balance and stabilization. So you're pulling it in and tapping it back. You can hover it just off the floor, or you can pivot all the way forward. Here we go, in and tap, in and hover, or pivot all the way forward, squeezing your right glute as you come back, squeezing that leg back, I should say. If you lose your balance, just tap the foot. That is perfectly fine, or hover it here. 2, 1. We're gonna roll through that inchworm. So you're gonna bend the legs, walk out to plank. Right knee comes in, squeeze back to downward dog. It comes in, and then you're walking back up. Here we go. Start with the right leg. Walk out to plank. Right knee comes in, squeeze it up. Right knee comes in, back to plank. Walk it up. Left leg. Walk it out to plank. Left knee comes in, squeeze it up in downward dog. Left knee comes in, back to plank. Walk it up, keep rolling. Right leg, draw it in, squeeze it up, draw it in, plank. Walk back up. Left leg, draw it in, squeeze it up, draw it in, plank. Walk it up. One more each leg. Let's go right leg. Draw it in, squeeze it up, draw it in, plank, back up, last leg, left leg, walk it to plank, draw it in, squeeze it up, draw it in, plank, walk it up. You are done, guys. All right, I felt like we worked out today. Right leg forward, left leg back, feet are facing the front, sink back down and open up this hip, pressing through this glute, arms come up overhead, making sure the shoulders are back and down. Look up between the hands and sink deeper into that runner's lunge. Do not hunch the shoulders. Shoulders are back and down. Mine are pretty tight, so they're not up here. Mine are kind of loose and relaxed. Okay, stay in this position. Bring your left arm in front of the body. Catch it with your right and breathe into that shoulder. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Bring your left arm up, reach down the center of your back. Press down on your left elbow. And if you like, very gently leaning over to the right side of your body, opening up that hip a little bit more, pushing down on your elbow, back to center, pivot that back foot so it's horizontal, and open up your arms into warrior. Pull the arms away from each other, pull yourself up through the crown of the head, nice long tall torso, switching our legs, both feet are facing forward, sinking back down into that runner's lunge. Opening up the hip and bringing the hands up above your head, looking up between your hands. Shoulders are loose and relaxed. Look up between your hands as you sink deeper into that runner's lunge, breathing into that right hip and opening it up. Bring your right arm up in front of the body and catch it with your left. Push out against your spent arm and breathe into that shoulder. Still pressing out through that hip. Our hips get really tight. I think it's important to do a lot of hip stretching. Bring the arm up, reach down the center of the back, press down on the elbow. Stay here, or if you like, very gently leaning over to the left side of your body. It's not very far, but just, you want to lose your balance like me, just to feel that hip open up a little bit more. Back to center. Bring that foot into a horizontal position. Hands stretching away from the body, pulling yourself up through the crown of the head. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Come back to center. Let's do 3 big arm circles for 1, 2, 3. Let's grab the hands. Open up that chest. Switch which hand is on top. That's a tongue twister. Open it up. Let's do a quick quad stretch. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that one. I want you to pull up the quads. Try and keep the knees close together so you don't want to be out here. This was a suggestion from Jennifer. Thank you, Jennifer. If you guys have any suggestions, you want a cardio only. I also saw a suggestion for more boxing, kickboxing style workout, so I'll get working on that as well. And guys, I always appreciate you working out with me. You keep me motivated to keep going. So thank you very much for joining in. Thank you for commenting, and I will see you next time.